The war hall of the Galactic Empire was silent, but it was not peaceful. Tall pillars of black crystal rose toward the ceiling, glowing with alien symbols. Thousands of alien leaders sat in floating seats, watching the center platform. At the center stood one human. He was alone. The human wore a heavy gray helmet and a strange armored suit. The armor looked old compared to the shining alien technology around him. Some aliens whispered, others laughed quietly. "That is Earth's best prototype," one general mocked. "A joke wrapped in metal," another said. The human did not move. He stood straight, hands at his side, calm and silent. High above them all sat the alien queen. Her throne floated like a dark star. Her eyes were sharp, ancient, and cold. She had ended worlds with a single command. She looked at the human for a long moment. The hall waited. "Human," the queen finally spoke, her voice echoing through the chamber. "You stand before judgment." The human lifted his head slightly. "Yes, Your Majesty," he said. His voice was steady, without fear. The queen leaned forward, studying the helmet. "So this is Earth's champion," she said. "Mankind sends a single soldier to face an empire." Laughter spread across the hall. The human heard it, but he did not react. The queen raised one long clawed hand. The laughter stopped at once. "Remove your helmet," the alien queen commanded. The words fell like a weapon. The entire hall went silent. Alien generals leaned forward, eager to see the weak face beneath the armor. Some prepared cruel smiles, others expected fear. The human did not answer right away. For a moment, he simply stood there. "Did you hear me, human?" the queen asked, her voice colder now. "Remove your helmet." Slowly, the human nodded. "Yes, Your Majesty," he replied. He raised his hands toward the sides of his helmet. Metal fingers touched the release locks. A low mechanical sound filled the hall. Click, click. Alien eyes widened. The mocking whispers stopped. The helmet did not open yet. Instead, a thin line of light appeared around its edge. The queen's eyes narrowed. Something felt wrong. "Do it now," she ordered. The human paused again, then spoke softly. "What you see cannot be unseen." That sentence sent a strange feeling through the hall. Some aliens shifted uneasily in their seats. The locks disengaged. The helmet began to lift, slowly. Shadows covered the human's face. The light above flickered. A tall alien general laughed nervously. "What is this delay?" he said. "Is the human afraid?" But the human showed no fear. His hands were steady. His posture unbroken. The helmet rose higher. Still, the face beneath remained hidden. The queen felt something she had not felt in centuries. Uncertainty. Her fingers tightened around the arm of her throne. "This is no ordinary soldier," she thought. The helmet stopped moving. Just inches from fully opening. The hall held its breath. In that moment, no one laughed. No one spoke. The fate of Earth, and the fate of the war, balanced on the edge of a single reveal. And then, the lights dimmed. The lights slowly returned to the war hall. The helmet was still not fully open. The human stood exactly the same, calm and unmoving. A low sound of whispers spread among the alien leaders. They were confused, and confusion quickly turned into mockery. "Look at him," one alien general said. "He delays like a frightened child." Another laughed and pointed at the human armor. "This is Earth's great weapon," he mocked. "It looks like scrap metal from a dead world." The human heard every word, but his face showed nothing. His eyes remained forward, fixed on the empty space before him. The alien queen watched closely. Her sharp eyes moved from the human to the armor. She had seen thousands of warriors beg for mercy. This one did not. "Human," she said slowly, "you test my patience." The human answered without raising his voice. "I follow the rules of your court," he said. "No more, no less." That answer caused more laughter. Aliens shook their heads, amused and annoyed. "Rules," a commander sneered. You stand in the center of the galaxy's power. There are no rules for you. The Queen raised her hand again. Silence fell instantly. You wear that armor like a shield, she said. Is it hiding weakness? No, the human replied. It carries responsibility. The word responsibility echoed softly. Several aliens exchanged confused looks. They did not understand such a concept. The Queen leaned back slightly. Earth sent you alone, she said. No fleet, no weapons aimed at my throne. Do humans no longer value survival? The human answered calmly. Humans value choice. That answer annoyed the generals. One stood up angrily. Enough, he shouted. This is wasting time. End Earth now and be done with it. A few aliens cheered in agreement. They were tired of waiting. They wanted destruction. The Queen did not respond right away. Her gaze returned to the helmet, still hovering just short of fully opening. Finish it, she commanded. Show us the face of Earth. The human placed his hands back on the helmet. This time, he did not hesitate. The locking sound returned. Slow, heavy, final. Some aliens leaned forward eagerly. Others crossed their arms, expecting disappointment. One general laughed loudly. I bet he looks just as weak as his planet. The helmet lifted another inch. A faint glow escaped from inside. Not bright, not dark, but steady. The laughter slowly faded. Something about the light felt wrong. It was not fear. It was not anger. It was control. The Queen felt it clearly now. This was not a prisoner losing protection. This was a warrior choosing exposure. Interesting, she whispered. The human spoke again. His voice was quiet but firm. You laugh because you think we came to fight. The helmet continued to rise. The shadow under it shifted. We did not, the human continued. We came to end something. The word end made the hall uneasy. Aliens stopped moving. Even the most violent generals felt a strange tension. The Queen stood from her throne. Her long shadow fell across the platform. For a species so small, she said, you speak with great confidence. The helmet stopped once more. So close to full removal. The human looked up. For a species so old, he replied, you still do not see what matters. No one laughed now. No one mocked. The air felt heavy, as if the room itself was waiting. The Queen's eyes widened just a little. Something deep inside her warned her. The next moment would change everything. The war hall was completely silent now. No whispers, no laughter, no movement. The helmet hovered just above the human's head. One final lock still held it in place. The alien Queen stood tall, her eyes fixed on the human, on the moment that refused to arrive. Finish it, she said. Her voice was calm, but tight. The human nodded once. His fingers pressed the final release. A deep sound echoed through the hall. Not loud, but powerful. Like a door closing behind history. The helmet lifted away. Slowly, carefully, as if time itself had slowed. Light touched the human's face for the first time. The alien leaders leaned forward, ready to laugh, ready to feel superior. But no laughter came. The human face was revealed. Not weak, not afraid, not broken. His eyes were clear, steady, and focused. They held no anger, no hate, only deep calm. The face showed scars. Not fresh, not dramatic. Old scars, earned scars. The hall did not react at once. Aliens stared, confused. This is it, one general whispered. He looks ordinary. But the alien Queen did not agree. Her breath slowed. Her body stiffened. She felt it instantly. The human was not looking around in fear. He was observing, measuring, understanding. His eyes moved across the hall, across the Empire's leaders. Without awe, without submission. The Queen took a step back. That single movement shocked the room. No ruler had ever made her retreat. Not even gods. "What is this?" she whispered. The human spoke. His voice calm. Almost gentle. "You expected a monster," he said. "You expected a savage." He lifted his head slightly. "You see a human." Something shifted in the air. A pressure the aliens could not explain. The Queen felt it clearly now. This human was not protected by armor. The armor was protected by him. She searched his face for fear. For surrender. For weakness. There was none. "How?" the Queen asked quietly. "How does one soldier stand before an empire and feel no fear?" The human met her eyes. "For the same reason," he said. "You fear what you now see." The words struck deep. The Queen's claws tightened. Memories filled her mind. Worlds burned. Species erased. Empires crushed. And yet, none had ever looked at her like this. Not as a queen. Not as a god. But as a being capable of choice. The alien generals shifted uneasily. Some felt anger. Others felt doubt. One commander shouted, "This changes nothing. He is still one human." The Queen raised her hand slowly. Not in command. But in warning. "Silence," she said. Her eyes never left the human. "What are you?" she asked. The human answered simply, "I am what remains." The lights above the platform dimmed slightly. Not from damage. But from overload. Sensors across the hall began to react. Not to weapons. Not to energy. But to presence. The Queen finally understood. This was not a prisoner. This was not a soldier. This was a message. Her voice was barely audible when she spoke again. "This war," she said, "may already be over." The human said nothing. He did not need to. The galaxy had just seen the face of Earth. And it was not what they expected. The silence after the unmasking felt heavy. Not empty. Heavy with meaning. The human stood without his helmet now. Exposed. Yet unafraid. The alien queen slowly returned to her throne. But she did not sit. She remained standing. "You stand before the strongest empire in the galaxy," she said. "Yet you speak as if you fear nothing." The human looked around the vast hall. At the weapons. At the fleets shown on glowing screens. "We fear many things," he replied. "But not you." A wave of anger moved through the alien generals. One slammed his claw on the armrest. "This is arrogance," he shouted. "No," the human said calmly. "It is experience." The Queen raised her hand again. But this time, it was not to silence mockery. It was to listen. "You will explain," she commanded. "Why Earth sent only you?" The human nodded. "Earth did not send a soldier," he said. "Earth sent a reminder." The alien leaders exchanged confused looks. "A reminder of what?" one asked. The human's eyes softened slightly. "Of what happens when survival becomes wisdom." He spoke of Earth. Not of victory, but of loss. He spoke of burned cities. Of oceans poisoned. Of skies that once tried to kill them. "We did not conquer our world," he said. "We endured it." The hall listened. Against its will. "When we reached the stars," the human continued, "we met enemies stronger than us. We lost wars. We lost worlds." The Queen's expression changed. This was not the story of a proud empire. "We learned," the human said. "We adapted. We stopped fighting wars to win." A general interrupted. "Then why build weapons?" The human turned his gaze to the armor. "This is not a weapon," he said. "It is a promise." The Queen tilted her head. "A promise of what?" "That we will survive." The lights across the hall shifted. Alien systems began showing unknown readings. "This armor," the human explained, "does not destroy planets. It protects life. The generals laughed nervously. Protection is weakness, one said. The human shook his head slowly. Protection is control. He raised one bare hand. The armor reacted instantly. Energy flowed. But no weapon formed. Instead, a soft field spread outward. The alien sensors screamed warnings. But nothing was damaged. What you feel, the human said, is restraint. The Queen felt it clearly. A force powerful enough to end the hall. Choosing not to. For thousands of years, the human continued. You ruled through fear. You won because others broke. He looked directly at the Queen. We won because we did not. The Queen's chest tightened. This truth cut deeper than any blade. You expected us to fight your war, the human said. We came to end it. The hall felt smaller now. The Empire felt less certain. If this war continues, the human added, humanity will survive. But the galaxy will not be the same. The Queen finally understood. This was not a threat. It was a warning born of mercy. She closed her eyes briefly. For the first time in her long rule. When a species learns to protect everything, she said slowly, it becomes unstoppable. The human lowered his hand. We learned that lesson the hard way. The truth settled over the hall. Heavy. Unavoidable. The war was no longer about power. It was about choice. And the Queen knew. The final choice was hers. The alien Queen remained silent for a long moment. The entire hall waited. Thousands of fleets. Millions of soldiers. Trillions of lives. All rested on her next words. She looked at the human once more. No anger. No pride. Only understanding. You came unarmed, she said. And yet you stand as the most dangerous being in this hall. The human bowed his head slightly. Danger was never our goal, he replied. Survival was. The Queen turned to her generals. Some looked angry. Some afraid. Others relieved. For centuries, she said, we ruled through conquest. We believed fear was order. She paused. And we were wrong. A shock moved through the hall. Generals whispered in disbelief. This war ends now, the Queen commanded. The words echoed. Then spread across the Empire. Screens around the hall changed. Fleet movements stopped. Weapons powered down. The alien commanders felt it. A war ending not in fire, but in choice. The Queen stepped down from her throne. A thing no ruler had done before. She stood on the same platform as the human. Equal height. Equal presence. Earth will not be destroyed, she announced. Nor will it bow. The human remained silent. He did not celebrate. He did not smile. A treaty symbol formed in the air, ancient and binding. With this mark, the Queen said, the war between Earth and the Galactic Empire is over. She placed her claw within the symbol. It glowed softly. The human stepped forward, placed his bare hand beside it. The symbol changed. Not brighter, but calmer. Peace accepted. Across the galaxy, weapons fell quiet. Borders softened. Worlds that had waited for destruction felt relief. The Queen turned to the human one last time. What will humanity do now? She asked. The human picked up his helmet. Holding it carefully. We will keep watching, he said. We will keep protecting. He placed the helmet back on. The armor sealed. You may forget this moment, he added. But we will not. The Queen nodded slowly. You have shown us something rare, she said. Strength without cruelty. The human turned to leave. No escort. No chains. As he walked away, the alien leaders stood. Not in fear, but in respect. One general whispered. They laughed at Earth. Another answered quietly, until Earth removed its mask. The war hall lights dimmed. Not in darkness, but in peace. Far away, On a small blue planet, human cities continued their lives, unaware that the galaxy had just changed. And somewhere among the stars, an empire remembered the day when a single human stood unmasked and ended a war